Yeah, I'm going to. After introducing you, I'll get the boost. Then I'll. Come on. Dolphin told a lot about you, so I should listen to you. Otherwise, otherwise it is not my, what do you call, the mission of this conference unaccomplished. அப்படி செய்யக்கூடாதுல்ல நான் இல்லையா மேம் what do you say? Ma'am, actually engineering college is like that. They say many things, they never do anything. Those who organize are Chettan. Chettan Thomas we say, no? Like. Very good afternoon to everyone. Say good afternoon louder. Yes, you can keep your mobile phones inside so that you can be very attentive in talking to and listening to the ma'am. Selvathul Selvam, Chevi Selvam. Yes. So here you have a head. The head who is very intelligent in meeting thousands of students every day, every week. So she has completed a doctorate. You know what's the meaning of doctorate, and through the process of MA and PhD, MPhil. So that is a great support for her research. And you won't believe my students, she has edited 3 books. So writing a book is a tough task, but editing a book is the tougher, right? The tougher job, and she has done it. And she has also co-authored 5 books. Co-author. So 5 books are co-authored by ma'am. You won't believe she has 17 MPhil research scholars guided. So that is one of her best appreciation. And she has also completed 6 courses and certificate courses, namely, that is an added advantage for her career. And here the ma'am is with you as an expert of ELT, English Language Teaching. I hand over the podium to her. She will rock you. Let's give a grand applause to ma'am now. Thanks, ma'am. The ground is yours. Rock.
Good afternoon. Are you all students of English literature? Any nursing students? Any engineering? MBA? Engineering. How many of you are here? Okay, fine. Right. Are you all from one college, same college? Which college? The entire MA, UG. You're all final years? The entire BA and MA are here. My goodness. So tomorrow also you'll be here? 2 days break, yeah? Okay. I'm happy. I'm happy that I'm with you. I'm happy that I've got a chance to address you. I'm happy because I have got a mission to share some message with you. I'm happy that I shared a session. I shared the stage with my teachers. I'm happy that this is my second coming to this prestigious institution. One as the examiner and now as the guest of honor. Are you all happy for having chosen English literature as your discipline? Yes or no? I tell you, whether it is by chance or by choice, A big kudos to you. A big round of applause for yourself for having chosen literature. You know why? Any idea? See, you are the people, listen carefully, you are the people who are learning criticism, history, journalism, new historicism, Marxism, journalism. Okay? Yes? Am I lying? No. Knowingly or unknowingly, you are the people who are learning psychology. Don't you learn history of English? Yes? Don't you touch upon journalism? Yes? So we are the people who are learning different branches of studies even without knowing most of the times. And for the others, they think English literature is supposed to be the easiest discipline, which is not true actually. They do not know the seriousness of a linguistics paper. And a person like me who has done my research in ELT, I did a lot of statistics for my survey. So even statistics, we are not keeping it aloof. We are including that also. Understood? So English literature is a subject or it's a discipline. It's a course that comprises a lot of disciplines imbibed in it. So be happy. Unlike other natural sciences, you are the one, you are dealing with a lot of stuff. Be proud about that, first of all. Understood? Are you happy? Yes. And most of the times, we feel little hesitant to open up, especially to speak. In spite of learning English right from your pre-KG, LKG, UKG, then how many years of schooling? How many years of schooling? So how many years you are learning in English? How many years of learning in English? 15 years, right from your pre-KG. You are learning English for 15 years, but still you are hesitant, you are not confident to speak in English even for 1 minute. Am I right? When you are asked to give a talk, when you are asked to even read a page from the text, when you are asked to present a seminar, most of the time you could hear the thumping and beating of your heart within your eardrums. You feel as if you are frozen, alive. Yes? Yes or no? What could be the reason? What could be the reason? Now, what happens when you are anxious or tensed or stressed is that your adrenaline, okay? Are you familiar with the adrenaline? Yes, your adrenaline gland secretes certain hormones, stress hormones, that makes you feel shiver, that makes you feel nervous, that makes you lose your confidence, that confuses you. And that's how, even if you have prepared a lot of things, your mind goes blank. And for that, you need to keep yourself so cool and calm. You should not be perplexed. You should understand that love is all about hormones. Just like that, when it comes to spoken communication, when it comes to presentations, it's all about the complications that hormones creates. So it's such an easy thing that you can get rid of that with a cool mindset. You can take a few deep breaths so as to stay calm and cool, so that you can handle the situation with much ease and comfort. Is that clear? Yes? Even if you feel nervous, take 1 minute time. If you feel too nervous, take a cup of water, cool water. Take a few deep breaths, and that's the end of that. You'll feel confident. Yes? Okay? So, communication plays a very vital role in today's scenario. Be it your engineering students or nursing students, as students of literature or any other discipline, communication is an employability skill. Most of the companies, they conduct group discussion, oral presentation, panel discussion so as to select their candidates. They check how well you are able to communicate depending upon different situations. How well is your presence of mind? How well you have leadership, what leadership qualities you have. Whether you are flexible, adaptable, whether you could understand things in the right perspective. So communication skills is a very important parameter. Understand the fact that your paper degrees are of nothing. No use to your paper degrees. You may have your BA, MA, MBA, BE, ME. Unless and until you are effective in your communication skills, it's very difficult to land in a better place. Is that clear to you? Warren Buffett says, if a person has got good communication skills, he has already 50 marks in hand out of 100. Got it? Most of the companies, they require people with good communication skills. They don't want bookworms with 95% mark or 99% mark. They want students even with 60% or 70%, but with good communication skills. Now, if you want to build good communication skills, what you have to do? Tell me. Or what are the problems that is already embedded here that prevents you from getting trained from proper communication? Any idea? Am I audible? Okay, I shall continue with this. See, understand one thing. English is not our mother tongue. Is English our mother tongue? No. We were under British rule for more than 200 years. And knowingly or unknowingly, English has come to stay in our country. Yes? Yes? Understand one thing, that China is the first country or toppest country in the world having more than 700 million speakers of English. Next to China, India is the country which has the largest population of English-speaking population of more than 300 million. Followed by Japan, 70 million people. Followed by South Korea, 50 million people. And followed by Brazil and all. So, overall, globally, we Indians are the people who have got best knowledge in using English language. And in the next 15 to 20 years, out of 4 professionals globally, 1 will be an Indian. You got it? So, we Indians have got great communication skills in English. One thing I would like to tell you, we are all native, we are not the native speakers of English. English is not our mother tongue. So what we can do, we should not imitate like native speakers. We should not try to imitate their accent. Whereas, understand the fact, there are varieties of English are here. Have you heard of British accent? Are you aware of American accent? Australian accent, Korean accent, African accent. Nowadays, the terminology is not only varieties of English, we call it world Englishes. Okay? Just for an example, the word experience. It could be pronounced as experience. Coffee, coffee. It could be coffee, British, coffee, American. Understood? You should be aware of the different varieties of English, pronunciation, even the spelling, there are changes. Even the meaning. Certain countries use biscuits, whereas other countries use cookies. Some countries use candies, some sweets or lollies. So there are a lot of inflections, lot of changes all over the world in the usage of English. English is not the same all over the world. Understand that. Yes? And one more thing I would like to share with you. English language communication is purely based on skill. Language acquisition is purely a skill. Driving is a skill. Do you agree with me? Driving is a skill. Yes or no? Skill is something which you can improve through practice. Driving is a skill. Swimming is a skill. Just like that, communication is a skill. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will be. Yes, you cannot learn driving or swimming through online. Can you? Can you teach and learn swimming and driving through online? It's not possible because skills are to be acquired. This is a very important keyword, acquire or acquisition. There is something called acquisition and learning. What's the difference between acquisition and learning? How do you get to know your mother tongue? How do you get to know your mother tongue? Do you go to any schools to get to know your mother tongue? How have you learned your mother tongue, please? How? See, all humans are born with an innate quality, with an inborn quality to learn and understand language. We imitate our parents. We learn, we observe from our immediate environment, and that is how we acquire our mother tongue. Without any rules and regulations, without any teaching or coaching classes. This is acquisition, something which gets into your system unknowingly. Now, when it comes to English, you are learning it. That's why you are finding it difficult. In a country like India, we are learning English as a second language. Second language means it's a medium of instruction for us. Am I right? You are learning English, everything in English. Yes? So in a country like India, English is being used as a second language. But in countries like Germany or Japan or France, English is being learned as a foreign language. Because there, the first language is either German language or Japanese language or French. Okay? So this is the difference between English as a foreign language and English as a second language. Now, as students of literature, maybe after completing your UG, you can go for law college, or you can go for MBA, or you can do psychology. And that apart, I do not know whether you are aware of that. You have got lot of qualifying exams. Listen carefully. As students of literature, most of the students, they think that teaching is the only be-all and end-all of literature students. Not at all. If you are really talented, I tell you, most of the multinational companies are imbibing or recruiting English literature students with just a BA for more than 80,000 rupees as monthly package. But you should be capable of that. You should be talented. You should be skillful for receiving the salary. In what way? No company, no employer, no boss wants to give a job to someone who doesn't know anything, who doesn't have any communication skills, who could not speak or write proper English. People who are really talented, companies are ready to pay very good package to students or persons who are really talented. How will you improve? See, there are so many qualifying exams. Have you heard of TOEFL, TESOL, IELTS? Are you aware of these examinations? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. What do you mean by TOEFL examination? It's a certification course teaching of English as a foreign language. It's a certification course which costs around 30 to 40,000 for a period of 3 to 4 months. Okay? TOEFL, TOEFL, teaching of English as a foreign language, is a certification course. Then again, TESOL, teaching of English to speakers of other languages. Again, it's a certification course which costs around 30 or 40,000 for a period of 3 to 4 months. But if you study that, you can be a language trainer in any multinational company, or you can work in any foreign company with a very good package of minimum 2 lakhs per month. It is just like your B.Ed, what you are doing in India. It's just like a universal B.Ed for English language. Do you understand that? Yes? There are courses like CELTA, Certificate of English Language to Adults, which is for 5 or 6 months. There are courses like DELTA. It's a diploma in English language teaching to adults, maybe for 6 months or 8 months, which may cost around 1 to 1.5 lakhs. But this is one-time investment. I tell you, you can be, once you complete that, you will be imbibed just like a hot cake out of oven by so many multinational companies or so many other foreign institutes. Understood? Yes? So there are so many opportunities for English literature students. But the underlying fact is communication skills. I'll tell you something. See? Even the people who have completed their PhD or research may not speak very good English. But you see, the rickshawalas in Mumbai, they speak awesome English. The street hawkers in Kanyakumari, selling basic stuff, they speak very good English. And some of the people are very fluent in more than 7 languages. How is it possible? Do you watch Tom and Jerry? Who wins the race always? Who wins the race always? Jerry. Because Tom is chasing for food, Jerry is running for life. That's the reason why Jerry wins. Actually, these people, these rickshawalas, these street hawkers, they meet a lot of foreigners. They meet a lot of tourists from different parts of the country and different parts of the world. And it's their food. It's their livelihood. They need English for their business. They get enough and more exposure than you and me. They might not have gone to any schooling, but they know how to communicate in different accents, you won't believe. Okay? So communication is purely based on exposure and experience. See, we may not have exposure by being in our country. Yes, by being in our district. Then how can we improve the exposure? By watching a lot of English movies, by watching movies with subtitles, and later after some practice, watching movies even without subtitles, watching to a lot of podcasts that teaches you communication skills. Just imagine, through practice, everything is possible. I tell you something. Imagine a child of maybe 3 or 5 years old, born and brought up in either Tamil Nadu or a place like Kaliyakavalai or Kerala, remember the child is not exposed to any other language other than Tamil or Malayalam. Now the family moves to a foreign country, either America or Canada, and they stay there for a period of 6 months or 8 months. And the family comes back. Will you find any difference in the child? Yes or no? What difference? What will be the difference? What will be the difference? The child will speak awesome language. Because if at all it had gone to some play school, even if the child wants to play with other children, he has to communicate only in English. He doesn't have any other substitute like Tamil or Malayalam. Even if he wants to use the restroom, he has to communicate, get permission from the teacher using English. The accent, the word modulation, the rising and falling intonation, the stress, everything he'll speak like a native speaker. So very important thing, exposure. So if we do not get any exposure, we have to create by ourselves, by listening. Is that clear to you? Yes? And never feel bad in making attempts. When you are asked to give a talk or take a seminar, you may be so conscious that your friends may laugh at you. If at all you commit mistakes, let them laugh. Let you make mistakes. Nobody is perfect. English is not our mother tongue. For us, only near perfection is possible. It is good that you maintain a standard English. It's good that you maintain a neutral accent. All the news readers in BBC, they are all using standard English, using neutral accent. Neutral accent is nothing but a language that is very clear and understandable to all the people of English language, to all the English language users. It is neither American nor British, neither Australian nor Japanese or Korean. It's a neutral accent, which is common to all the countries of the world. Is that clear? Is that clear? And one more thing, I tell you, don't inculcate some sort of an inferiority complex. Don't think that my parents are not educated. Don't think that I can't afford to have a private coaching class for my communication skills. Don't think that I may not improve my communication just because I studied in Tamil medium schools. The speaker who rocked this morning, Dr. James Sir, my one professor, he was a student of Tamil medium school. You got it? You got it? Yes? So, you should understand that never underestimate your skill. Be focused. You always underestimate your skill. You suffer from inferiority complex. You breed lot of negativity. You are not grateful for all the gifts that God has given you. You are here. If you have food, clothing and shelter, you are far better than 50% of the people in this country. If you have money to meet your daily expense, you are far ahead of 78% of people in this country. And you are in this hall in the name of higher education. You are the chosen best few of the 11% of people of this entire population. You are a part of that. So how blessed you are. Count your blessings. Let everybody laugh at you when you commit mistakes. But don't think your friends are the best. The other persons don't have the impact or ideology. Everybody knows everything. I am the only one who do not know things. No. Just for an example, during exams, we tend to copy from our friends if we don't study 1 or 2 portions. Am I right? Yes or no? I have copied. I have helped friends. copying my paper. Now the thing is, we may study some 4 lessons, some 6 lessons we might have skipped. Okay? So we know how much we have skipped. But we have a fellow friend by our side who is very cool as a cucumber, well composed. And looking at his confidence level, we tend to copy from him, thinking that he is a demigod, knowing everything under the sun. Actually, that fellow doesn't know anything at all. You underestimate your skill. Okay? He is so happy, confident because he doesn't know anything. But you are a little bit tensed and worried because you know that 60% of the answer you do not know. Only 40% you know. So don't be a victim of Dunning-Kruger effect. This is what we call Dunning-Kruger effect. Most of the youth are the victims of Dunning-Kruger effect. Because you underestimate yourself and you think all others are great people. No, you are the best. You are the best version of yourself. If you cannot trust yourself, who will trust you? You tell me. If you cannot help yourself, who will help you? You may make lot of failures, but we learn from our failures. Understand that failure is a part of success. You speak, commit lot of mistakes, you search for words, you stumble over words, you stop in between, then you will get sentence after sentence. See, a greatest impediment for fluency is that lack of vocabulary. What is that? Say, I'll give you a few sentences in Tamil. You help me to translate it in English. Can you? Yes? Yes or no? Okay. Like, few months back, வயநாடு நிகழ்ச்சி எல்லாருக்கும் ஞாபகம் இருக்குல்ல? ஓகே, நிலச்சரிவு, நிறைய கட்டடங்கள் இடிஞ்சு விழுந்துடுச்சு. கட்டடங்களுக்கு இடிபாடுகளுக்கு இடையில் நிறைய மக்கள் சிக்கிக்கிட்டாங்க. அதில் இருந்து மீட்பு பணி செய்து அவங்கள நிறைய பேரை காப்பாற்றினாங்க. பட் நிறைய பேர் இறந்து போனாங்க. அவங்களோட சடலங்களை தான் மீட்க முடிஞ்சிச்சு. இதை அப்படியே இங்கிலீஷில் டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுங்க பாப்போம். Hardly 3 or 4 sentences. அப்படியே டிரான்ஸ்லேட் பண்ணுங்க. உங்களோட வெக்காபுலரி டிட்டர்மைன்ஸ் யுவர் கம்யூனிகேஷன் ஸ்கில்ஸ். நமக்கு கான்ஃபிடென்ஸில் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஓகே, we are very confident. எல்லா தப்பும் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு சரிதான அடித்து பேசுகிறதுக்கு நமக்கு திறமை உண்டு. we are very confident. we are ready to face any situation. But the problem is with vocabulary. Tell me. Come on. Anybody? Even if it is a mistake, see, we learn from mistakes. ஒரு குழந்தை பிறந்த உடனே மெதுவாக தான் நடக்கும். உடனே ஒலிம்பிக்கில் ஓடிடாது. கீழே விழுந்து எழும்பி நிறைய தடவை அடி வாங்கி தான் நடக்க முடியும். Come on, tell me. Yeah, come.
Few months back, there was a landslide in Wayanad. A lot of buildings collapsed during the commotion. There were a lot of rescue operations that were taken place to rescue the people. But unfortunately, so much dead bodies and collapsed remains were only taken. Thank you.
Come on, boys. Why not you give a trial? At least by standing in your place or just voice out what comes to your mind. I'll be okay? Yes, come on. See, actually, what she said is true. Is there any alternative for the same version? Shall we go with her same version? No, I'm sorry. This collapse, a person may collapse. If a person becomes unconscious, he or she may collapse. It's highly purely an Indianized English. Standard English is, there were landslides. Different people may give different interpretation. But still, what I feel is to be the standardized one is, there were landslides. So many buildings caved in. மண்ணுக்குள்ளாடி இருப்பு இருந்துட்டு. People were caught up in the நிறைய மக்கள் இறந்துட்டாங்க. Look at the word, caved in, debris. This is the actual vocabulary. ஒருத்தங்க கிணத்துல விழுந்துட்டாங்க, இல்லை ஆற்றுல விழுந்துட்டாங்க, அவங்கள மீட் எடுத்தாங்க. How will you translate? எல்லாத்துக்குமே நம்மள்ட்ட ஒரே ஒரு வேர்டு இருக்கு, ரெஸ்கியூ ரெஸ்கியூ ரெஸ்கியூ. Am I right? Yes or no? Any other alternative word? Any other alternative word? Yes or no? The person who slipped into the well was fished out. Okay? Was fished out. தண்ணிக்குள்ளே இருந்த ஒருத்தங்களை மீட் எடுத்துகிட்டு வர்றதுக்கு என்ன சொல்லணும்? Fished out. So the problem is with your vocabulary, not with your confidence level. Now you understand? நம்ம எதனால் ஃப்ரெண்டில் போய் திக்கு முக்காடி பேச்சு வராமல் இருக்கிறோன்னா வெக்காபுலரி இல்லை. ஒரு பந்த், கம்ப்ளீட் ஸ்ட்ரைக், பஸ் எதுவும் ஓடலை, பஸ் ஓடுது, அதில் கல் எறிகிறாங்க. How will you say? அந்த ஆக்டுக்கு என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க? கல் எறிகிறதுக்கு த்ரோயிங் ஸ்டோன்ஸ். தென் என்ன சொல்லுவீங்க? அதனால தான் when you move to foreign countries, foreigners are little bit hesitant to talk to Indians because their language is so horrible for them. Yes, you may go to a coffee shop and you will be there. Excuse me, waiter, would you mind giving me a cup of coffee? The waiter would look at you. Now what is the translation for throwing stones? It's not throwing stones. It's a wrong usage. The angry mob. There was a riot, ஒரு கலவரம் நடக்குது. The mob was pelting stones at the bus. Pelting stones. Okay? Now you understood where the problem actually lies? எங்கே இருக்கு பிரச்சனை? எங்கே இருக்கு நம்மக்கிட்ட? Vocabulary. First, no reading. வாசிக்கிறதே விட்டு வருஷங்களாச்சு. Am I right? Fully mobile, scrolling. All shorts, reels. My goodness. You have 24 hours, 8 hours of sleep. You sent good night message to everyone and finally you ended up without any good night sleep. 9 hours of work. 8 plus 9? How many? How many hours? 17. 2 hours of exercise. 19. 2 hours of family time. 21. 1 hour of self-grooming. How much? 20? what will you do for the remaining family time? In that family time, maybe 2 or 3 hours, you know, what will you talk to your father for 3 hours? Just imagine, that will be the horrible experience, right? Every day you are talking to your parents for 3 hours or 2 hours. Just half an hour, you can be with them. You can watch TV. You can handle mobile for half an hour or 1 hour. But don't waste time. What you invest today will be your future. Okay? So the best investment would be on your communication skills. The best investment would be on your communication skills. You can be friendly with everyone, but don't befriend a person who is not talented. Don't be friendly with person who are addicted either to relationship or any other stuff. Don't be friendly with person who doesn't have any skill. Don't be friendly with people who are idiots, who doesn't have any knack for learning new things, who doesn't want to grow, who doesn't want to develop, who want to stay in the same place for years together. Don't have any companionship with those fellows. They will not grow, nor do they allow you to grow. Have people around you who are positive, who are willing to grow, who are ready to develop themselves. Understood? Yes? This is something. Have you heard of Velcro and Teflon? Are you aware of Velcro and Teflon theory? Velcro, you know, the watch strap and all. You can remove and again you can stick it. This is actually Velcro. Teflon, most of the vessels that we use for cooking. Now, what is the speciality of these two? They are always close to each other, but they will not be together. You have your interpersonal skills just like that. You be with people, but don't be close with them. Be close with people who are really talented, who are knowledgeable, from whom you can learn something, to whom you can teach something. Don't befriend fools. You will never grow. I tell you. Understood? Just, I take myself as an example. I started my teaching career at the age of 21 as a teacher of pre-KG. I started my teaching career in a very good CBSE schools, and till date, many of the friends who joined with me on the same date of interview or same working in the same school till date. Understood? But I used to read a lot, I used to learn a lot, I completed a lot many degrees, I completed a lot of diplomas. From school I moved to university, engineering colleges, then university, and now I am in the government sector. Even so many PhD scholars are under me. I am training students from Infosys or even Tata Consultancy Services. If you want to grow, you should learn a lot. And fortunately, my friends are all talented and skillful people. We won't befriend any fools in our gang. All are curious learners, all are brilliant stuff. And that is how you should be like this. This is what we call Teflon and Velcro technique. Is that clear? Yes? If you want to grow, you should have very good friend circle who are equally of your talent, who has the equal mindset and wavelength. That is very important. Is that? And one more thing, when it comes to communication, I said you watch a lot of movies, you speak. Maybe in your own mobiles you can speak. Initially, you may find it difficult to speak for even more than 1 minute. You think of any topic and speak. Record it and listen. Look at your words you have used. Look at how many times you have stopped in between. Later on, little by little, you will gain practice and you will be able to speak for longer period. That's how you can improve your fluency. Is that clear? Nobody can help you. You yourself can help. So practice, slowly and steadily you practice. You be aware of all these different, qualifying exams. As students of English literature, you can rock the entire world. In foreign countries, they don't want your MAs, they don't want your PhDs. Okay? They need language trainer certificate. They need whether you are a TEFL trainer or a TESOL trainer or a Delta trainer or CELTA trainer. And based on that only, they'll give you jobs either in schools or in colleges as language trainers. Even in India, you can be a corporate trainer in many multinational companies. Is that clear to you? Yes? So that's a thing which I want to tell. And one more thing. Don't be a person who is carrying all along all your past experiences, all negativities, all failures, all things that happened in the past. Don't be so dull and sad. Don't nurture any inferiority complex. I tell you some rocket policy. Nowadays it is very hard to see smiles on the faces of young children. All are deep, all seem to be all Abdul Kalams, all Einsteins thinking deeply, but they are doing nothing. They are immersed in great thought. All seem to be, ISR or Shivan. No smile on their face, no sleep in their eyes. Okay? But what they have done? Nothing. They waste time like that. But you are all very young and energetic people. Please don't waste time like this. Don't be in the company of bad people or bad relationship. You don't carry all the past thoughts that had hurt you. You follow rocket policy. It's nothing but what rocket does is, it will carry a lot of gallons filled with fuels. But as it reaches step by step, as it goes higher and higher, if it feels that 1 gallon is empty, it will push back that empty gallon. It will throw away the empty gallon automatically by itself. It will lose it by itself. It will not carry those empty gallons with it, which will, pose a threat, which will add up to the heaviness. So you should also be like that. You'll try to live in the present. Focus on your future. And if you want your futures to be bright and beautiful, this is the time to prepare. Understood? So, as students of literature, you have a long way to go. You have a lot of opportunities all abroad. I won't say that you have opportunities only in foreign countries. You try to attend lot of short-term courses. There are lot of forums, NPTEL courses are there. SWAYAM courses are there. MOOC courses are there. Try to present lot of papers. Try to publish papers. Like you all have BA projects, MA projects. Publish those projects as papers. Okay? You can have a few chapters, plagiarism-free chapters. Enrich your biodata. That is very, very important. Even in your absence, your biodata will speak for you. See to it that your biodata should be a voluminous book. Present papers, publish papers, attend lot of conferences. You'll get to know a lot of things from the speakers. And in your biodata, you can mention how many conferences you have attended, how many papers you have published, how many papers you have presented. This is how you need to learn lot of courses, short-term courses, even free courses are there. Learn foreign languages. Add on to your clothes. At least learn one foreign language, be it French. See, so many companies are hiring English literature students. Wipro, Accenture, Infosys. Nowadays, even Soga app, they are hiring English literature students for more than 50K per month, for nearly 50,000 per month, provided you should be talented enough. Your communication skills should be good enough to get that salary. Nobody will hire someone who is not talented, who doesn't know to speak English or write proper English. Those people will never be hired with a good package. Only people who are talented can be hired by all these companies. You can be a content writer. You can be an editor. You can be a proofreader if you are very strong in English language. So try to improve your skills. Please note down. I'll share a few podcast links which you can, watch daily for your improvement in English. Please make a note of it. Definitely, for heaven's sake, please spend some time. At least watch one TED Talks per day. At least watch one TED Talks. See, non-verbal communication is supposed to be very, very powerful and very important. 60% of the communication takes place through non-verbal communication. The way you sit, the way you look. You need not speak to anyone, but by looking at the faces, the eyes, we know what sort of a character you are. So wherever you go, check your body language. Check your optical communication. Check the way how you held your head held high. Check the way you look at people. Check how you are maintaining yourself, the discipline, the self-discipline. Okay? So please note down a few podcasts that will definitely help you to improve your communication. Both LSRW, listening, speaking, reading and writing. Okay? So the first one is 6-minute English. 6-minute English. It's a podcast. 6-minute English. It's a podcast sponsored by BBC, wherein you have an array of vocabulary with the explanation, listening, comprehension and all. The next one is TED Talks. TED Talks, TED. TED Talks. Have you taken down both this stuff? The third one, stuff you should know. Stuff, STUFF. Stuff you should know. Again, there you have a range of topics, with different backgrounds ranging from science, history, education, navigation, all current affairs. The final one, the English we speak. The English we speak. So for podcast, please do watch these podcasts regularly to improve your communication skills. I tell you, if you follow at least for 2 to 3 months, there will be a sea of difference in your pronunciation. See, our brain is a super mechanism. It's an incomparable stuff. So whatever you see, whatever you listen, it's knowingly or unknowingly, it's embedded in our system. So the more you listen, the easier it will be. You will start using language with much ease and comfort. You will be all the more comfortable. I tell you, every day watch one TED Talk and watch all these things. At least for half an hour to 1 hour you spend on communication. Within 30 days to 2 months, there will be sea of difference in your caliber and mental tenacity. Will you do that? Yes, I want all of you to be employed in great companies with a very good package, and I wish all of you to imbibe lot of communication skills from different sources I have highlighted. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Wishing you all the very best. Manager, ma'am.
So all are requested to be on time. Thank you.